Hello and welcome back, my friends. This is Hambbage, and I'm thrilled you guys decided to tune in, stop by for yet another exciting hardcore vanilla Minecraft adventure. As many of you have seen, we wrapped up a exciting battle, two exciting battles with withers. We emerged victorious like Han. We shot first. Oh, I love it. Han Solo and the pre-scrubbed, sanitized Star Wars modifications. Look, he was a scoundrel. He wasn't worried about being called that. He's worried about being called scruffy looking, right? Anyway, yeah, so we're going to watch this load up here. I hope everybody's doing fantastic. I know I am. We're forecast for a bit of a scorcher in my neighborhood today, but it's just was outside and came back in. It felt pleasant enough. I checked the thermometer, and on my deck it said it was around 85 degrees. Not the on track to 90 something I had expected. The forecast was talking like 96 to 98, and that isn't too terrible if you're not overwhelmed with humidity, but it's starting to get there, right? That's the beginning when you start to feel it. Now, what do we have for a box? Because I would appreciate, those are all shulkers, a little bit of space. Oh man, yellow. Just a little bit of tweaking here. We don't want to have an issue. That the other. Ooh, what? There we go. Go back to our sharp sword. It's going to be better for our lava friends. And we would certainly expect we're going to see a few of those. So we'll just come through, grab up these blocks that we have. And whenever we get clear of the leftovers, we'll start expanding our walkway again. There we go. Alright, so let's keep it to the top. The threat with these is you really can't look and see what's coming as you're staring up at the ceiling, right? But that's okay. We're feeling pretty confident after our wither expedition, and I am very excited to get some beacons set up. That's our next mission here, is to get beacon powered. Once we've done that, we'll then go and spend a bit of time again in the end. And I'm not intending that to frustrate the audience. I know it can get a little bit old and we've just done some, but as those of you who watched the wither fight saw, our arena took a real beating, and when you have the obsidian lining it really is more durable. You can get through a number of fights and not have to worry too much about things getting overly beaten on. So we'll see if we can't get a few more stacks of those. With the beacon, it should be a much quicker process. So I think that may cover a bit about today's content. If we get home, get our beacons set up in the first episode, and I anticipate we'll be a little quicker on this journey than we have on some of the others, just because we have already jumped ahead in picking stuff up. Oh man. Oh no. Okay, look. I know you're fun and all, fire, but well, that's a little bit of a wake up for today, huh? Alright, now, how far back did we have to go for lava? I guess if I'd been more on it, we could have dumped into that fire that was falling down on us and cleaned up a bit of inventory, but and no harm done. I think that's what we wanted to get rid of. One stone. I don't know where that came from exactly, but okay. So this little section should give us a few stacks of netherite, and we can use that to extend out our walkways here that we should be coming up on. Here we go. Alright, so quite what we got hung up there. Yeah, we'll just maybe do both sides of this little section, try to run back and refill what blocks we used up before they despawn. Just try to keep that clean. We're gonna need so many for that massive section that we're going through. We've got the bastion to go through, and then kind of the blue warped forest. So we already had more blocks sitting over there too. Lots of debris around. We'll throw down this blue chest here and try to fill up with some of the basalt and other blocks that we picked up along the way. Alright, buddy. Need to get going. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. There we go. Alright. Just check off the little segments as we go here. Getting these widened out. And I was kind of thinking, I don't know when it was exactly, but at some point fairly recently here, that it might be kind of fun to do the underground sections of this part of the Nether Highway. This is going back the way we'd just come from, but I'm really just trying to gather up some of these blocks if they haven't despawned. And I think if we go far enough, they shouldn't have. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, for the, the large, massive open area, we're still going to want glass for that, because that's primo example of where an observation tunnel just makes sense and is awesome, I think. So um, we'll try to stick to that plan as we go here. But these internal sections, I think maybe, just a flat solid wall instead of the arch support, more of a tunnel. That may be rounded the same way that the glass is, but then maybe has more of the focus being on pattern than on structure, if that makes sense to folks. And it may, we'll need a lot of resource, but whatever we decide for the blocks, but I think in terms of build, it should speed things up a little bit too. So that's kind of what I'm thinking of currently. Now, nope, didn't dump these. Get rid of those. Alright, now we go again. All this will help us make for a wider base as we go across that long haul and give us a little wider platform to deal with all the lava slimes. Until we can get the tunnel shored up and secured where we don't have to worry about them at all. Which will be a nice development, right? There's that. There's those. Yeah, like we've done, just little chunks of this at a time. Because we're gonna want this regularly connected with all the new content, all the new blocks and mobs and items to either be explored or continue to have fun with. Get back in the. It looked so cold there. Yeah, the further stuff to have fun with out behind us, where we just fought the Wither. We're gonna want quick transit. We don't want to have to either fly and constantly repair on, not to mention stock rockets and all that kind of stuff. We just want to be able to get and go. And you guys have seen the speed of the Nether Highway when we go to our Wither Skull farm, so having the ability to just kind of run is great. Alright, we were close enough here. I think we'll finish it first and then turn around and go back the other way. What? I really thought I was holding down shift there. Yeah. Come on, back in the lava. That's where you're happier. No, not in that lava. There we go. Alright. So now we'll have a wide path all the way from the bastion on, which is good. Some of it won't be jumpable really, but at least speed up our running there. And we can kind of, if I don't think we get too many lava slimes out here. That's in the big section that we're gonna have to deal with that, but it kind of lets us wiggle and waggle around. If one pops up, we can kind of just go by them. Because as you guys have seen, once they stop you, then you're going to get the rest of them falling. If you're just running, they don't have a lot of time for all the ones that the game has spawned in above your head and things to come to you. Even if they're aware of you, they're falling and you're already gone, and then they can't catch up. So you get out of their aggro range and you can kind of go on about your business. So now, as we've said, this is a little scary in here just because we haven't cleared at all, and there could still be the brutes, the guys with the dark shirts and axes, who are far more scary than the counterparts that they respawn, like, when we were clearing the remnant over in the path to the Badlands. That was one we could they could get dangerous. We definitely came close to death on one occasion. I got down like half a heart, but that's usually complicating factors. Those axe guys, if they come up on you without you knowing it, you can be gone. Even with good armor, they are one of the few that I still really worry about, and I think one of the outside of like crashes with Elytra and Void and stuff like that can just one slip and your world's gone. They're one of the few real mobs that can make it go before you have a handle on what's happening. So watch out for them. And I guess, that being said, at some point we should really work on mitigating a bit of that structure, but we got so much else to do, and where we've already done one, I'm not too worried about it. Although that might, they're both, the one we've already done, I would really like to try to set up as a farm if I can. See what we can do. If we eliminate spawnable blocks through half slabs or whatever, and just give them the opportunity to spawn in a confined area that we then wall off, could work pretty well. And I don't know if there's a lot of, there's not a lot of need to farm those guys, right? So why not? And I think the overworld gold farms that are purely automated kind of win out, right? They're gonna pull them out of portal spawning, as opposed to, well, those are pigmen, not piglins. So I don't know. It's still something fun to play around with. We kind of have so many possibilities and things to do, and with 17 now, even more. We'll just follow our interests here, but again, I think the next big thing is that portal. We got the portal, the beacon, and big big importance-wise, right? We're gonna get it done here, and that's why I'm not too worried about spending some time here on our return. We've got so many blocks. Just in storage, you know, whether they're gold or iron or not iron ore, iron blocks, gold blocks, emerald blocks. Can't use lapis. You can use diamond, and I believe you can use netherite block. Wow, that voice again. I believe you can use netherite blocks as well, which is insane, right? Because I assume you need 9 netherite ingots per block, which means you need 4 times 9 or 36 ancient debris per block, and you need, it's like a stack and a half, right, per beacon. Do you have to start with a base of 9 or 7? We'll find out here pretty quick, but assuming 9, let's just go worst case. So that's 81 on the base, 49 on the next level. Oh, so hit you. And then 25 and 9. So seems a little high, right? But I don't know. 49, 25. Whoa. Hey, this is what happens when you get slowed down. You just start coming from all over the place, and they don't stop coming. And the next thing you know, you've killed like 1,500 of them. Alright, let me put down these pieces of netherite. That's all I really wanted to do. Alright. Stacks here. So as I'm going along here, I do kind of wonder when I'm doing these long hauls if I'm trolling myself a bit. I mean, we haven't really raced, and I've kind of taken the time to work on these every way, so the jumping hasn't been too important. But when I go 3 wide down here as opposed to lifting that side higher, I am kind of setting myself up to fail if I want to jump at all, because the narrower 3 high section means I can get stuck on the edges. And when it comes right down to it, I'd really rather be able to jump. Alright, now what are we gonna do here? so many. Let's first deal with that. Come on. Oh. Okay, they're all going from the other way. Get... Really? We are gonna get hit along the way here. Just so everybody's really clear, they're gonna come after us. But hopefully we can make good little runs and then just kind of break. And if they're not blocking us out, like that, just get clear to a new section. And then start again. And I think it's better to go piecemeal like that, where we leave little gaps, but get clear, let them despawn, and then just, you know, next pass. Oh, next pass. That sounds so terrifying. Oh, you kidding me? Stop. You know, why are we able to hit so many blocks in the middle of the sea? You'd think, you know, all the ones that we filled in looking for ancient debris and stuff, that they would be pretty deep, but clearly not. It's that. We got plenty of... Nope. Alright, here we go again. At least the game seems to have either decided that I have the skills, or just gotten to a good place in RNG where I can get the whole group. Those are the nice ones. When you go right by the little guys and they just can't keep up, even when you're crouched. Big guy, on the other hand, probably be unpleasant at some point. Oh man. Look away how he didn't even come close to me, but we got by. why. Every so often, that all seems very random. I mean, there's not a lot of movement on my placement here. But just every so often, it's like, oh, now you're going to put down 3 blocks instead of just 1. Keep on plugging away. We'll get there. Well, did I share the news on the PC, folks? Finally got the update. I talked to the shop, and you know, guy's a good guy, but you know, he said, "Hey, well, the real update that I needed to let you know is that it's not your power supply." And I was kind of expecting that, really, because it, you know, power supply failures like that, it's kind of here and then gone. And when my PC was getting to the point where it was failing, it had a long period of a lot of error messages and stuff. So it wasn't like it was like working, not working kind of deal. And that kind of made me suspect. That's why I'd kind of been working on drivers and stuff like that. You know, just, this doesn't seem like hardware. This seems like something with a system. Well, he said that the errors that he was able to get into it, get the errors and kind of find out. Man, it's been a while since we've seen a ghast. Where are you, buddy? Must be under, under the lava, so I can't shoot you. You can shoot me. Yeah, I know how we play this game. Like, I thought I saw a thing and then it was gone. Oh, I will not be sad to have this little section done. Done and over. You guys are stupid menace. Get out. Alright, are you done? Can we get a few more of these blocks in? Sounds like trouble somewhere. And we got the ghast. Which, while I'm standing out here on netherrack, is not the best. Did I say netherite earlier? Whoa! How did I... Where are you? Oh, man. Get... Yeah, we get it, Ghasty. What? Apparently the game decided that this is the time when it tries to kill me. Whoa. Oh boy. Oh boy. Come on, get an apple. You are all in very big trouble. If I could see you, I would be very, very quick to slaughter you. Alright, now where are you two teamed up ghasts that were trying to get me? There's one of you. Come on up. Better have dropped a tear for all that hassle. Oh, man. Oh. And then you just wait. Come on, game. Not my fault you decided to spawn like 800 mobs all at once. Then you processed out your ability to deal. Look at, I mean, just mayhem and ruin everywhere. Can I finish my little section now, game? Fortunately, at least here we're finishing up, right? We're doing the third row, not the second. Guess I should really eat something along the way here. They finally got to me. Oh, it's going to be so much faster, guys. You won't believe it when we don't have to stop and fight all these dumb lava mobs. I mean, I guess you will, because we've done it. We've done it in 2 other runs across the nether lava oceans, but it's a very big sea. Ooh. You little jerk. Really, game? Man, we still can't even see the end. Oh, there's that nether fortress. Oh, this is such a... Really? Where did he come from? Up there, I guess? every time I'm like, okay, we're done, right? Nope. Just remember, beacons. We're doing it all for the beacons. And the beacons will be glorious. So yeah, I don't know if I got through the whole PC update when that Ghast lava chunk disaster started. I can't remember how far I got. So not a power supply, right? Not hardware. I was kind of on board with that. And then, much to my chagrin, he was like, yeah, it's kind of weird. You have 2 video cards installed here, but they're not SLI, which means they're not really linked, right? And he said, unless your software that you're running is telling the cards how to behave, they're not going to be working in tandem. And I was kind of like, well, that was kind of what I understood to be the case, but I understood that you could have one video card for one display and then another for the other, and while you wouldn't get like super doubled video processing on any single monitor for like refresh and those kind of benefits, that you would get kind of a parallel benefit, right? That they would be able to take the load off one another by each handling the graphics for one. He's like, no, that's not how it goes, unfortunately. But he's saying I suspect, or next up on the diagnostics is either CPU or GPU. CPUs rarely have hardware failures. GPUs may, and he's asking like, was there a power supply or power failure around the time? I'm like, I don't know, maybe, but I don't get a whole ton. I don't remember anything coincidental to that. And like I said, it didn't just fail. It was kicking these errors over a bunch of time. And he said, well, I'm mainly just letting you know what we're doing next, where we're going. He's like, but I don't have matching parts to just do swaps. And I said, well, again, I don't care about any of the current installation or data on there. So if you think it's anything that got corrupted and is just not accessing because it's something that was there, go for it. Just start pulling everything and kind of build it back up one by one, and maybe that clears it. Maybe we're back to good. And he basically confirmed my understanding that the way the system was built for me, and it was spec'd. I did it, but they reviewed it, and there was no indication from the company that had done it that, hey, look, you may not be getting what you think you're getting out of these video cards the way they're currently configured. So I'm a little, it's years later now, but I'm still a little pissed because I really thought I was getting a benefit for my dual monitors, and apparently that wasn't the case at all. The silver lining at this point is, I was like, as I understand it, what you're basically describing is I have a hot spare. It's not actually hot, right? They don't just fail over and have redundancy. But, I basically got a loaded up spare video card in this box. I was like, so if that helps, wipe the system and try seating one or the other and pulling the other. If one of them is bad and preventing the system from functioning, let's use what we have on hand to do it. So he was okay with that, but he said, he's got got a couple things to try, and then would kind of start also looking at RAM, loading just a single RAM stick and seeing if that was any part of it. But yeah, it's always a pain in the butt, and that's why I didn't really stick with pure system administration. Is I like the puzzle solving stuff, but it can be so tedious, the dependencies and those kind of stuff. And it just makes you, as you go through any of these processes, when it's not just, company stuff and you're just like, well, we try, we load a backup of the box, swap out hardware, and, if time is money, right? So if it goes so far, we just re-image you on new hardware and you're off to the races. That's not exactly the luxury you have when you're working at home, especially when you're just trying to make this, a hobby second box for streaming. So, I reiterated to the guy, look, this is not a rush job. Work on it as the rest of your load applies. So for you guys, that just means I know I talked about it, but probably going to be a minute before that system's even ready to go. And then, of course, I'm going to have to do setup and configuration and all that kind of stuff too. So not that anybody's sitting there biding their time, but if you have heard mention of some possibility of live streaming, it looks like that's going to be still a little ways off. But that's okay. It's set up to be a hot beginning of the week, and we've got lots going on. I've been doing some reading, a little bit of writing, and trying to stay cool. I didn't go for a walk today, and I'll tell you, I always want to, and I'm feeling it right now, but it is, even though it's not as warm as I expected, I can even feel it as I've been going here right now. It's like heating up indoors, so I know it's getting toasty outside. But I went to sleep last night. You ever get that where you like wake up in the middle of the night and I know some people talk about it like with a foot. I had the worst the worst calf cramp I've had in a long time. I just woke up and was like, oh man, it's like you're so off guard. You're not prepared for it at all. It just feels like, your muscle is in a vice and there's no relief in sight. So that was really early, like an hour. It was kind of bird time. I think it wasn't the full on like before 4 a.m. It was probably around 4:30 or so. I was like, oh man, are you kidding? And the weird part is I don't always have bananas. It kind of depends on how they look. Now I'm in this same deal. All right, what east? We do not want to go east, right? We want to go west. Yes. Come on. Oh yeah, I don't always get bananas for myself. Kind of depends how they look in the store, and I'm more a fan of having underripe bananas in the store and letting them ripen than I am ready to eat kind of situation. But I've gotten pretty good bunch for myself. I think like 6 when I'd first come back into town, and I've still got a couple left, but it kind of ripened up perfectly. And then with bananas, there's that delicate balance, right? You gotta put them down. And then I say bananas, they're potassium rich, and as a high school runner, for those of you guys that haven't hung on every word, when I was in high school. I was a distance runner. I ran cross country and track, and I also Nordic skied. So lots of the longer distance endurance sports were kind of my area, and those are pretty consistent. You didn't get everybody out for Nordic skiing, cross country skiing, as you would for the distance track and cross country. That had a lot of overlap, and then a lot of the people enjoyed the skiing, but it was a smaller team, tighter knit group, but just because it's cold and all that. And then of course you had some changes when you went between track and cross country, because some people use either or as training and fitness for another sport. Like soccer players often would be running, or like baseball or something in the spring. So you get some of that variety between the seasons, but by and large, the runners are kind of a crew, and the people that were setting up for track for other sports, they were the sprinters, right? They didn't want any part of, oh yeah, we're going to go on a 10-mile run today to get ready to run 800s at the next meet. So, yeah, it's kind of a different breed, but as a result, I learned a fair deal about cramps and just conditioning food, what has the effects you're going for and what doesn't. And even if you do like a 5K fun run or something like that around town for charity or whatever, they will very often have bananas at the finish line, and it's because they're loaded with potassium, and potassium helps to alleviate or bind with or something I guess lactic acid that helps cause those cramps when you're after you've worked out. The other piece is hydration, right? You want to be really well hydrated, and do that pretty well in the summertime, particularly. Lots of water, and, lots of bananas. And so I don't know what made this cramp decide to pop off, but it was not a great way to start the day. And every time I ever experience that, I say the same. Like, what worse? I mean, I say it tongue in cheek. There are worse ways to start your day, right? You could get some terrible news or something like that. But a cramp, it's just so out of the blue, and even unlike being sick or something, which you kind of wake up and are like, I don't feel so good. What's going on? When Blackstone, I gotta remember where I put all this now. Polished Blackstone bricks. I did have some cracked polished Blackstone bricks. It's these. There we go. All right, now, if you know in the chat, please tell me if nether gold ore has changed to have raw, and if gold does at all, or if it's like iron. Should I be cooking that, or should I be fortuning it to get the raw? I don't know. So I'd appreciate any insights folks have. It would be greatly beneficial. All right, what all do we now have to sort through after our Little adventure. I guess we don't need that particularly, but we do need to check that. Got some goodies. Year full, year full. See, this is the raw iron. We discovered that, what, after something blew some of it up? Oh, it was the wither. Yeah, the wither was breaking iron ore in the walls. And I was like, what on earth is that stuff? Oh, that's the raw iron. And I had seen and heard, I just, old habits, right? I've been cooking those, and I've apparently been doing a huge disservice to myself by doing that. You are much better off bringing those back, just as you would coal or anything else now, and breaking them into the raw iron, and then cooking that. Kind of a bone the game is throwing to us, so that we don't have to spend quite so much time chasing down individual blocks and things like that. All right, that's now consumables. Gonna have a few odds and ends here. I wonder how far out we've now gotten on time. That kind of devolved into a longer process on the crossing than I would have really enjoyed or liked, but empty. How much of this can we fill? I don't think it matters. We're going to be on opposite sides. So, basalt. Here. And, oh, wait. Blackstone? Just plain blackstone. Blackstone. Oh, man. I also don't remember what we had been doing with the. Oh, good. Here's some of these so we can example and practice a bit. Let's put them all in here till we get everything else sorted. Then we'll come back and see what's what. Andesite, stone. Oh, we got this stupid tough stuff now, too. I say stupid, it may become one of my favorite blocks after a while. I just gotta figure out storage for it. There. Which I'm not super looking forward to. Not gonna lie. Not even that it's that much of a problem. It's just I thought we were pretty well set on the variety, and then we go back out to set up that wither arena, and I'm like, what is this? I got a new block. So, guess my bad for not knowing, but okay, we're getting there. We got some deep slate and some tough. Please just fit. Good, 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 good. There, nope. There. We'll keep that one out because we need. Was any of this basalt? No, we got soul sand. Oh, I should have left that out there. That's a mistake. Is this... That's smooth basalt. Here's the deep slate. So I think deep slate is going to be much bigger. Let's try to remember to put a sign on that. We'll come back because I want to put some of those deep slate ores back over here too. Till we're just desperate for those, for anybody who hadn't seen the last sorting episode. Kind of just want to sit on those in case we want to use them decorative purposes. We can. I'd rather have them ready to go and not use them than the opposite. So, and obsidian, stone filled up a bit more. Okay, consumables. You can go up here. Really don't yet know how I exactly what order I want to do stuff in. Take stuff up to store it away, or keep it down here. But deep slate? Is that the only one? Okay. I think it was redstone. Okay. Oh, man. Tough shit. Okay, everything else put away now. So here's the big question, and let's get all of these ores. So we've got regular gold ore. Two raw gold. And we think these are going to be 1-to-1 with ingots, not nuggets, when we cook them. That's how it works with iron and copper. So now this is the question. How many do we have? 44? No, but I did get 15. But we want to continue to keep nether gold cooked separately, if that makes sense to everybody. Because I'd still rather... I mean, I guess it's just so much less hassle, right? I don't want to have to craft all those. I don't know. We got 11 ingots there. That has to be 99 nuggets for the break even. we're doing a little for science here. I haven't done this in a long time, but that 15 surprised me a lot. Yeah, so that was worse than it could have been if we just cooked, because it takes. So we had 12 pieces, right? So if we now do gold ingots, what? And there's our deal. Why? What? Wow, this is delightful. I don't know why I get 2 now. So, had we cooked, we would have gotten 12 gold ingots out of that nether gold. Instead, we got 10. So we kind of took a bath. But it was just to really find out where all that stuff ended. Now we've got the 1 copper and all this iron. And these we definitely want a fortune. Again, no idea on the time, but I have a feeling we're nice and over. So what do we have? 44? No, that was the gold, the raw gold. Oh my bad, but it wasn't more than a stack. So we're ahead. Here we go. The rest of those we will do on these now though. So let's run upstairs, start the cook. And we'll check the time, probably wrap up this episode and come back. We'll do the few fortune recovery type axes. We're getting more redstone and diamond and all the other goodies that we have to cook there. Speed cook up as much of that as we can, and I guess just in the interest of coal, we'll save those. Alright, wither skulls are going to go there. Stars we're going to hang on to. Oh, I forgot the gold. You can cook the gold. As soon as that cooks up, then we'll switch and stop. As we're preparing here, I want to say thank you to everybody. I think we're in episode 144. That's gross. A grand residential operation for shearing of sheep, or 12 times 12, 144. Yeah, anyway, I think that's the episode we're on right now. So we're creeping towards 150. We'll probably get one more done today where we do set up those beacons and get those going. Maybe take them to the end and as advertised, go get some more obsidian so we're well set there. But, that's the big plans for next time. I hope you've enjoyed. We had a bit of a scare when we tussled with those lava mobs and the ghast showed up, but we survived. Yeah, a little more of a scare than with the wither fight even. It's just crazy. So let's go ahead and save out to title. We'll see how far over we went. Oh, not quite 10 minutes. So very good. More polygons. Yeah, we like squares. Anyhow, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you're doing wonderful, and I really do appreciate the views. Be sure to hit that like button to let me know you're enjoying the content, or drop me a comment to give me any recommendations on what you'd like to see in the future. Subscribe for additional updates and to be the first in the know when new videos drop. Take care of yourselves and others as you get up like I'm about to do. Take a break. I'm going to go scorch myself outside and see how hot it's really gotten. And then I'll be back to join you once again. So thanks so much for dropping by. We'll see you in the next episode. Until then, take care.